Should we just start this thing? You know?
Man, I'm ready.
Are you? Then I guess we start it. You know?
Guess we double ascend, yeah.
I mean, what would that make him? Double ascended?
I guess we double ascend. Folks, ladies, gentlemen, this is the Manga Lookout. First time doing it, almost forgot the name, but we be in the biz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess I'll just do the typical intro. My name's Costa, but you can call me Kaiser. But my co-host is the Twitch streamer, the Vegeta preacher. It's Sky, everybody. How you doing, my guy?
Bro, you gotta stop saying Twitch streamer because I'm so inactive on Twitch. It's crazy. What's up, everyone? I'm very excited today. Oh, this is probably like my favorite day so far. I'm very excited, just because it's new content that you're about to digest. So I'm super excited for you to dive into Granolah, because like we talked a bit earlier, there is some people who are about it. I actually really like Granolah, so this is gonna be fun.
I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to have our first live piece of content as well. We have a few folks in the chat. We just want to say hi and thank you to the real ones out in the chat over there. We got Sabrina, we got Edu, we got EVK. I think this is Toby. This is Toby.
Yeah.
We got Toby in the chat. We got the whole crew out here.
Post on Instagram, by the way.
Did I post on Instagram? I sure as hell did not. Let me tell you that right now. I've been
get to that.
All right. Well, here's a story right now. Hey guys, how you doing? We're live right now. As you can see, there's Josh and the manga right there. We got the stream up right there. Why don't you hop on in? Find the link. Where's the link, Josh? Where can they find the link? All right. Well, that was probably the best Insta promo I could do.
So before we start the arc, what do you want from this arc?
My hope coming off of Moro is that we have a villain with a bit more depth from a personal perspective, what is his motive? What's his driver? Moro was very one-dimensional. Of course, like I said, I love the look that he has. I personally like all three transformations he goes through. I also enjoy the powers he does have, this magic. It's just something that the fighters are completely unfamiliar with, and it's really exciting and fun. So I like that element. That'd be cool if that was in here, but I think more than anything, I'm looking for a good backstory from Granolah. I would love if Gohan gets to fight 73 again. I don't know what they're going to do with 73. All I know is that Granolah has found 73. That's all I know.
Yeah, because you should probably let them know what you know about the arc.
In general, coming off of the Moro arc, I read chapter 67, of course, the chapter prior to what we're starting at from today. That kind of caps off Moro arc, but then bleeds in a little bit, and we see I believe, the people who created 73, and they're kind of laughing to themselves. Oh, these people did all the work for us. This is great. And then Granolah pops out like some Jedi and just takes out everybody. He's looking for 73. I don't know if someone's communicating with him or what, and then he finally finds 73, and he's definitely he's not ready, I would say. That's what I know. He's, if we're talking Bio Broly, he's half of a Bio Broly right now. He's not even there. It seems like they're kind of recovering him. He's in some sort of pod. That's basically where I'm at. Is Granola's there. I know nothing about the actual character of Granolah, only that he's, of course, a big part of what we're about to read into. Okay,
now
that's
maybe with not crazy expectations, but maybe some baseline shit.
Super Saiyan 4. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
No, it's a great question, actually. We were talking about this a little bit earlier when I was doing a test stream. But you were who do you think will be a better character? Or you're joking around Moro versus Granolah. Obviously, I don't know anything about Granolah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we could probably start it up, right?
Let's do it. Just to reestablish where we're at. So obviously Granolah, he's got some beef with the Saiyans. Okay. Now the cool transition. We go from there. Goku, he's trying to catch the fish. Gah! Catches him. Cut it out. Unhand me, barbarian. And so it looks like he gives him a little injection there. I think that's actually the Sky and Kaiser Cell Max, I think is what that was. Yeah. Right.
That's the libido right there.
Right. It wouldn't help with the insomnia, which is what Whis is saying that is for. But Vegeta's a little curious. That fish gets insomnia? The oracle fish suffering from lack of sleep is a bad omen for the future. Vegeta looks like he's like legit concerned. Yo, super chat. Thank you, Sab. Always appreciate the support and the love. Sabrina saved the stream. Yeah, free worker. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
Yeah, thanks for the first super chat of the Dragon Ball fan podcast. No, okay, no, it's not the first. Because is this the first time he goes into Ultra Instinct? This is Master Ultra Instinct, like willingly? Yeah, right?
Willingly, yeah. Like able to just do it? Yeah, 100%.
Ready when you are. And it looks like Goku ejects himself. Okay.
Weird way to put it, but okay.
And he fires a barrage of ki blasts like it's Trunks getting hit by Cell and Vegeta getting pissed. Oh, okay.
Splits up.
All right, so he's after images. Your real body never descended. An obvious ploy. Kicks down Goku. Yo, he's already done, bro. Whis kicks him straight to base, bro.
One-shotted.
May already be aware of this, but the ability to wield Ultra Instinct is not in and of itself your ultimate goal. While they're fighting, Whis is obviously training still. In fact, it's only the starting point. Big ups. What's up, Armando?
Armando's a real one.
Beer says you're not gonna try to master it too, talking to Vegeta. And Vegeta says it doesn't suit me. And Beerus looks at him and grins and says, didn't think so. Vegeta says, I'll surpass Kakarot another way. And Beerus says, oh yeah? It might be possible, but that's up to you. And Vegeta kind of like, what? Beerus says, because Ultra Instinct ain't the only technique of the gods. And Vegeta looks at him saying, what? Beerus says, that's just the angel's specialty. Or did you really think us gods of destruction would run around using a move where you gotta keep your heart all calm and tranquil?
Tell me of this technique you gods of destruction use. Whis says, I'll pass. Training people. What? Oh, Beerus. You're right. My goodness. I'll pass. Training people ain't my job description. You know, the ego's coming. Is basically what I'm seeing. Egos, they're setting up. How's it going? How's it hanging? He's asking.
Yeah, how's it hanging?
How's it hanging? Terrible. I didn't expect that. You know, caught me off guard. You're just dragging 73. I just think that's hilarious.
So we got this dude here. This guy says, confirm it, Oil.
Oil? Wait, hold up. His name's Oil?
Yeah.
Oil?
Oil.
Just call him Canola at this point. Like, I don't, anyways.
Granolah.
I know, but call him, that would have missed opportunity, Mr. Toriyama. Anyways.
And there's this panel of all four of them, and they are called the Heaters.
Okay, so is Granolah part of the Heaters? No.
It doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
The state of things in this universe is shifting, so we don't got any assignments at the moment. And Granolah says, what? Frieza's been revived. Granolah, what'd you say? He's come back to life. How? No clue. Right now, I could actually kill him? A chance to avenge my people? Where is he? You have to tell me.
Because the Saiyans were contracted by Frieza. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
See, we're catching
so he doesn't
up
like
here.
both.
We good. Let him go. Gas and oil. Are you joking? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And then Granolah says, okay. Contact me if there's another job to do. Like, what? Come on, man. You just got, oh man.
Frieza's gonna ice the guy for us. So that's your angle? No rush, of course. Right now, I'm just fired up to see what we find inside that thing. I'll start running the analysis. Or, sorry, I'll start running the analysis.
It's pretty much.
We thought he was the one getting bullied. Nah, bro, he's trying to get at Granolah quick. All right, next page. Cerulean's right eyes are especially adapted to sniping, and Granola's abilities are a cut above the rest. And you have him sniping, put something back, whatever, and he has like the stance. And you see his eye is a bit different, his right eye.
Yeah.
No stun gun for you. His next shot will pierce your heart. Get it? Got it. Give it up. I'm sorry. You'll forgive me, yeah? I'll even leave you my pocket change. He drops it, and they just leave. They get out of there quick.
Yeah.
Then you see Granolah putting his goggles back on. He gets that change, whatever. A profitable encounter. How nice. I missed one of the targets. Did you? In any case, good enough. Not in my book. Alec was right. I'm still not powerful enough to take down Frieza. To avenge the Ceruleans, I've lost. I'll have to grow stronger than anyone. Universe 7, balance shifting. Strongest warrior in the universe will soon rise up. We're done chapter 68.
All right. Real quick, what did we learn? So we learn what race Granolah is from, which was what again?
Ceruleans.
So he's a Cerulean. I'm going to spell that incorrectly up here. Okay, so he's a Cerulean. His race was eliminated by Frieza's orders, but directly by the Saiyans. The Saiyans were contracted by Frieza for doing kind of his dirty work. Already he has a more interesting backstory than Moro. He's out for vengeance. He's out for blood, and it's specifically the Saiyans and Frieza. And so it's going to be really, really fun to see that, because with Moro, it was like he would get mad because he was getting overpowered, but that was it. Now we have some meat, we have some oomph, some substance. Obviously, we're introduced to who are they again? The
Heaters.
The Heaters. That's interesting. We got the Alec, who's the lead guy. We have Oil, we have Gas, and then we don't know the name of the girl character yet.
They seem to be hyping up Gas from all of them. He might be the strongest from what we know, just because the head honcho guy is like someone stronger than Gas, impossible. So I'm assuming that implies that Gas is the strongest, but maybe he's not the head guy because he doesn't seem to talk much. He just kind of takes orders, right?
Yeah, just some cheap shots. It's pretty much all he's doing.
Yeah,
cheap shot
he dealt with
specialist.
Granolah quick, too. Like,
yeah,
really
but it was
quick.
cheap. Like, let's put him in Budokai Tenkaichi. Let's see what happens. Now we are doing chapter 69. No inappropriate jokes in the chat.
Please. Sabrina
Thank you.
says 69 ... salute salute.
Please try to take some time off for yourself. Wow, these people care about Granolah. Well, this is good. This is good. But does he really planning to relax? He's looking to kill Frieza. So give my regards to the old guy. Cool drawing of Granolah there. Okay, so clearly, so there's like a bubble, like a force field around this town. And he's not really protected by that, sheltered by that in any sort of way. He lives up in the mountains with his 500-year-old dad or like mentor or something like that. We'll find out.
Someone he cares about, though.
Someone he cares about. Edu donate. Oh my goodness, folks. Y'all being crazy out here. Y'all are being crazy out here.
Love it. Keep it up, guys. Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. Yeah. And again, Armando, big ups MC and crew. I appreciate that. All right, let's continue with this. Say, Granolah, why don't you live amongst the Cigarians? That city was set up for them by the Heaters. It's not meant for me. Was this not once the planet of the Ceruleans? Sure, 40 long years ago. After our planet was ravaged by Frieza's army, the Heaters swooped in and started rebuilding. So it sounds like they saw an opportunity to go in and okay.
And Vegeta question mark, he says, hard to say. Fighting was the only way of life for my people, so we had a way of racking up sin after sin. Beer says, sin, huh? However, it wasn't until Frieza's clan came along and began using us that the destruction and invasions became a business as usual. You trying to lay all the blame for your wicked ways on Frieza and his people? Vegeta says, not in the least. In his pursuit for power, my father built his own kingdom atop countless deaths. Frieza's clan taking control didn't help, but the seeds of the Saiyans' destruction were sown before that.
Wow. we don't get Vegeta talking about his father ever. There's mention of him, of course, in flashbacks and stuff like that, but we don't really get any opinion, especially from a Vegeta that we obviously just saw in the Granolah arc, mentioned from Piccolo, from many characters. Like, he's seen so much growth
from the Moro arc,
right?
Yeah,
like, so now it's like this interesting thing of like, how many years later, you know, yeah, you're the Prince of Saiyans, King was your father, what's your opinion of him? And clearly he doesn't hold him to too high regard, because he's saying like, we were a piece of shit species before Frieza even came.
The way it started off, Beerus's response was very valid, because the way Vegeta came off at first was kind of like he was blaming Frieza's army, but he wasn't at all. He was putting his point across in a more powerful way, because he basically talked about someone he hates the most in Frieza and what he's done so wrong, yet puts that as a parallel to his own people doing the same exact thing. And to me, that's even worse, because the first thing Vegeta says after Beerus says, how many planets did you guys destroy? Vegeta says, at the end of his response, he says, sin after sin we committed, which means he does not agree with what, especially nowadays. I'm sure Vegeta, by the way, in Saiyan Saga, agreed with all these actions. But, you know, being surrounded by people like Bulma and Goku, especially, and Future Trunks, I'd say are the three most impactful, maybe even Gohan too. He became this kind of person that we see today, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the fact that he also says sin after sin is very important keywords.
Yeah.
He didn't say, oh, we did this and that. He said sin after sin.
Very telling,
very
for sure. Very telling of his perspective of the whole situation. And yeah, definitely has been influenced by Earth and by the humans.
Beerus says, so it was the Saiyans' destiny to be wiped out then? Vegeta says, I'd say so. Damn. Ridiculous. Wow. And he starts firing a ki blast straight at Vegeta. He's about to fire it, and he blasts out a planet. Okay, behind him, Vegeta's in like the great shot of Vegeta here, especially. The Goku and Whis one is great too, but that Vegeta and the Beerus and the planet being destroyed is great.
Yeah.
Then because remember, we see this in Battle of Gods. Beerus's planet is very small, but it's surrounded by like a bunch of planets around it, because we do see him like at one point, like he sneezes, he like and basically destroys a planet, or like he had that wasabi and starts bouncing and destroying planets kind of deal. They're very small planets, obviously, right? But still, they're planets around him. The Oracle Fish wakes up. That wasn't a long nap. He rolls over, is not in the water anymore. Splat. He's like trying to like get back in. He's like using Magikarp Splash, trying to get back in the bottle.
A crazy party trick. Water's back in. Phew! That was too far, Beerus. You just destroyed another decorative planet. So no one's on that planet. It's decorative.
No one's on it.
That's good. Whoa! Lord Beerus is not someone to mess with. No, he's not. Oh, cut. I love it in Dragon Ball when someone's talking, they get cut off halfway and just whooped. And that's a great frame. I love that.
Yeah, that's great. Beerus looks sick.
Your own crimes aside, you're feeling guilty for the sins of all Saiyans. That's awfully self-centered of you, mortal. Whips him into a tree. That's a strong tree.
Yeah.
This is no apple tree.
That's the one he's sleeping on.
Oh, there you go.
It must be comfortable, because you know how Beerus is.
The one who suggested that Frieza eliminate the Saiyans was me. So he actually does tell him. So
we find out in Resurrection of F, in that small little part, he's like, what if Vegeta knew if it was me? You know?
Yeah,
getting it here.
That's okay. Very interesting. He's going to get pissed. Oh, I'm so stoked for this. Okay. Vegeta, shocked. What? Still think it was destiny? You're just gonna accept that? Go on. Try me. I'll obliterate you too. Oh, I love the way they darken the frame there and everything. So he's powered up. He's ready to throw down. Beerus is like, great. I want to stretch. Okay. So they're going at it. Vegeta gets behind him. Gets blocked effortlessly again. Now he's trying to hit him with a kick. And Beerus is playing hopscotch. He blasts off of Vegeta's face. That sounds inappropriate. Vegeta this is like Super Saiyan 3 Beerus kind of vibes right now. He's making it look effortless. So he's now, of course, bunch of key blasts.
We already know what's gonna
Typical
happen now.
yeah.
Bro, this is a literal meme. When you see Vegeta spam Key Blast, you know he's already lost. I mean, he's gonna lose regardless. It's Beerus, but that's not. But regardless, if you see him spamming Key Blast, he's not getting the W.
It's always spamming Key Blasts, and then it's like smoke, and it never happens that the smoke goes away and the person's like, "I'm done." Like,
or Vegeta does it, and then he laughs right after. He's like, "Now you're done." Yeah, nope.
I think he knows that because he's charging right back in now.
Yeah, of course.
So he's ready to hammer him down, and it looks like he whiffs. He's surprised, and then he gets slammed down to the ground. So now Beerus is standing over him. Everything those Saiyans did in the past, what's it got to do with you now? As long as you're trapped by the past, you'll never manage to grow past this point. So Vegeta he's got that ego. Wink. No, you're not my therapist. And he throws a hand up. Whis is blocking, just not even blocking. He's just dodging him.
He says destruction and gives him a nice Kakai. Vegeta's blasting off again like Team Rocket. Goku's like, and boom, he's looking like Namek Saga Vegeta right now on the floor. With that Saiyan armor. Lord Beerus' signature move, huh? I kind of messed up that time I tried copying it. Goku says that. Interesting. It still has that much power, even though he tweaked it so that only Vegeta's armor was destroyed. It's not a power that's easily mastered.
Oh.
My mind's always on destruction and nothing else. That's why there's no limit to my power. Listen, if you really want this power, you're gonna have to destroy any stray thoughts and recreate yourself from scratch. Before creation comes destruction. Get it? Vegeta's kind of like woke. We're back at the heaters. Moro used the power of something called Dragon Balls to release the prisoners. Dragon Balls? What are those? So these balls are just out there somewhere. The Namekians were a tribe that used to live on planet Cereal. Bum ba bum.
What?
But wouldn't that mean they're extinct now too? Not quite. I just remembered. There was a lone survivor, an old fart named Minato. Minato? And it just so happens that he lives with our pal, Granolah. Next page. Planet Cereal.
Okay,
So
yeah.
This is his 500-year-old friend.
It's a Namekian.
Yeah.
So we're learning a lot. Now, did we know that the Namekians used to live on cereal?
No, this is the first time we're even hearing about Cerealians.
Okay. This is very, very interesting. I've got no complaints about life out here. I'm reading like a 5-year-old right now. Frieza's somehow come back to life. Frieza, you say? Think so. Even the heaters aren't exactly eager to mess with Frieza's army. I see. But whether there's money in it or not, I'll be the one to take down Frieza and his goons. Power! In that case, I might have to resort to that. And then he's looking off at something on the shelf. Josh? It's a Dragon Ball. Since I'd need the second one to make a wish, so they only need 2 Dragon Balls. Interesting. Also, why do they look like marbles? Every time I see a drawing of Dragon Balls, it looks smaller and smaller.
Maybe theirs are just smaller.
Maybe they're just smaller. Smaller, but you only need 2? Come on. Anyways. Darn right. It's been lost for 40 years. Likely never to be seen again. I'd have to search the entire planet for a tiny ball just like this one. Listen, Granolah. The Dragon Balls began as part of a ritual to celebrate brave Namekian warriors. They're not meant to fulfill any old selfish desire.
Say that to Bulma's ass.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He says, like Earth. No, that's not the kid. Like Earth. I've heard that some settled in places far from planet Namek. What happened to those other Namekians? One of the kids asks. He responds, I wouldn't know. They may yet live. Or perhaps they were wiped out ages ago. We're in a different place. Looks like we're back with Granolah on the mountain with his Namekian 500-year-old buddy. A couple dozen Namekians used to live here on planet Cereal, but now it's just me. When I pass, that's it. The end. Kaput. The Dragon Balls go with me.
A local boy was hunting for bugs in the mountain when he discovered a strange ball in a crevice. Granolah. What? It's an orange crystal of some sort with the 2 star-shaped markings on the inside. Granola's like, nunny. We get some people walking. Looks like he's going rogue.
Like Assassin's Creed version of Granolah right now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Are you going to ignore the old man's warnings? It'll be fine, Oatmeal. So his goggles name is Oatmeal.
Okay, Oatmeal.
It feels like Oatmeal's like Jarvis to me.
Yeah.
Right? Like a Jarvis kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Summoning time. Pupiritu Pardo. And there he comes. Let's see how he looks. The Cerulean Namek.
Oh. That is
Comes
cool.
up, and he looks great. That's a great shot on the bottom there, the bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
State your wish. If it is within my power, your single wish is my command. Any wish? You need not state your wish in his language. I want to be the strongest. Turn me into the greatest warrior in the universe. Next chapter. End of chapter 69.
This is really interesting. So the first place my mind goes is I don't think anyone's wished for that on the balls before. Like, we've gotten wishing for immortality, we've gotten wishing for panties, we've gotten a lot of interesting wishes. But
Yeah,
wishing to
some
specifically
plans.
be the strongest in the universe, that's a first. And also, what is that going to look like? When someone wishes for immortality, then that's a very, like, we saw that with Zamasu. Like, it's a clear, you have a clear understanding as the viewer or the reader. But when someone's wishing to be the strongest, like, is it going to be like the strongest right now? Is it like as,
Or do you think progressively?
or does it progressively, does it keep countering? Like, that's going to be interesting as well. And then it gets to a point of like, is it even about power?
I love both of these chapters. These are great.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely going to go back and read like independently as well again, but
Yeah, just
yeah.
same.
What stands out for you?
So to me, sorry.
No, I was just going to ask you what stands out.
Yeah, it's the portrayal of who's the new big bad of the arc, right? And you know, we get this character Granolah, and you're kind of just like, okay, whatever. But he seems like a pretty cool dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, he's like calm. He's not very like, he's more emotionless kind of guy, but he's very nice to the Cigarians. He seems like a very caring person. I think it's really cool that we also got the Vegeta and Beerus interaction. I think that was really good. This is actually pretty cool. The end of chapter 68 is the Oracle Fish saying it.
Okay.
Chapter 69 is Granolah wishing to be it. Very interesting.
That's an interesting parallel. Yeah.
So this is actually really cool. I'm actually so like excited right now. I'm not even like, I'm trying to hide a lot of it. But yeah, it's really exciting because again, it's like I'm reading it brand new. We talked about this actually, guys, if you haven't checked out Moro in review, but like I feel like when you dive into something a second time, but I feel like for you, since we're really diving into it, you're kind of getting it like as a second time experience, just because we're really diving into these chapters very slowly, and like you said, you're gonna kind of read it again, like maybe a bit for next week.
Yeah.
Too. My favorite parts, if to quickly say, were definitely Granolah's little interactions with the heaters and going to his home place, Planet Cereal. And his interaction with the Sugarians and his Namekian friend Minato, and the kind of Beerus almost kind of giving Vegeta some tough love, it felt like.
Mm-hmm. Out of the two chapters, I would say that is probably my favorite moment, was like the Vegeta talking to his perspective of his father now speaking to his perspective of his race, which of course he holds so much pride and identity in, and then to transition that into the reveal that Beerus obviously doesn't reveal to us, but we knew, but reveals to Vegeta. I think that was like such an incredible piece. And then, like you mentioned, like it's so interesting reading this in 2-chapter intervals, because there was such an interesting parallel between the end of 68 and the end of 69.
I guess it's safe to assume that's who the Oracle Fish is talking about, right?
Right.
Just because of the way it was laid out, which is interesting. So I'm like, what are your expectations, or what are your predictions for the next? Like, what do you want to see going into next chapter?
I think it's almost two different questions, because it's almost like, what do I want to happen versus what I think is going to happen. I do think we are going to see Z Fighters in the next one. Obviously, like you just mentioned, we're a couple chapters in, no mention of either of them. It might be some little playful fun stuff. You know, Gohan's probably studying more beetles or some shit like that. So I don't know what that's going to look like. I would love to, of course, see some combat that's meaningful. And we don't like, look, I understand that Dragon Ball, the best parts of Dragon Ball aren't the combat, but it's a heck of an exciting and thrilling part of it, right? And it's what a lot of the stuff leads up to. We got some great dialogue in these couple of chapters. I think it's time to bring up the pulse a little bit and give us something to really dive into. Now, whether that's the first interaction with Frieza and Granolah, maybe teasing a new form for Frieza, maybe teasing that he's training towards that. Maybe it's, you know, somehow he picks up on the power levels of our Saiyans. Maybe he picks up on the power levels of the ones that are on Earth. Who knows? It would be really, really interesting. There are a couple ways that it can go, but I'd love to see a bit of combat going into the next episode.
Honestly, I just want to see when Frieza meets Granolah, because it has to happen, right? I want to see, what is Frieza gonna call Granolah? He's not gonna call him a monkey, right? So what's Frieza? I want to see what Frieza's shit talk is gonna be for Granolah.
He's gonna call him Lucky Charms.
I feel like if we're gonna get any sort of team up, it would be Granolah and Vegeta to fuck up Frieza over Vegeta. I will never see Vegeta and Frieza. I'm pretty positive that will never happen. Like,
I'm not saying they're like over here being like, hey, let's grab coffee now. Like, I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, so much of his hatred towards Frieza has been built around the idea that, like, he made this decision to end his entire race and his legacy, right? And so, but like now that it's been revealed to him that he was straight up taking orders, and I'm sure he took those orders with a grin on his face. He quite literally obliterated the Saiyans with a smile on his face.
What did you like about these 2 chapters in comparison to previous arcs?
So, yeah, I mean, just coming off of Granolah, even beyond from an introductory standpoint, like, we already have so much more depth to Granolah than we did with Moro, even by the end of it. So we have a lot more substance with the character. With that being said, kind of like you alluded to there, I can see Granolah switching, not necessarily turning tides because he has a hatred for Frieza, but having less hatred towards the Saiyans and teaming up with them in some capacity, because we've established that, you know, through his relationship with the Namekian Manoto, with his relationship with the Sagarians, like, we know he's a good person at the core. And, you know, of course he wants revenge. You know, look, the Leafs are good guys, right? And when they come back to face the Bruins, they still want to whoop their butts. Revenge is a thing. It's just, we're human. We're mortals. That's just kind of how it goes. So I'm excited for the possibility of that, of watching Granolah. Of course, now we're seeing being one of the more powerful characters in the universe, potentially already the strongest, teaming up with a Vegeta that's on his way to becoming Ego, of Goku that has mastered Ultra Instinct in a way that he can literally control and that he can literally transition into. And that's obviously another thing that we saw, but really cool introductory to this arc, to this character, and to the world that we're playing within.
Yeah, for sure. I guess let's let's do our little closing.
The live
Yeah.
experience is like literally come in and read with us. I think the video on demand version is going to be a lot more of like the reactionary elements to the big pieces that happen. We're not going to have literally
it's definitely
every
something
word.
you skip through. Kind of thing.
Right. So
Yeah, which is
that's
cool.
going to be cool. That's going to be fun. It's going to be something different, but it's also going to encourage folks to come on and join us on the live so that they can literally partake in the read along.
Yeah.
Now, we are doing this every Thursday, folks. Probably
Until we're caught up.
until we're
right?
caught up.
Because-
All right, so let's start shutting some people out here. So
Mm-hmm.
thanks Toby, thanks Edu, thanks Sabrina, thanks Brian, thanks Free Worker for stopping by. We really appreciate it. Also, just want to let everyone know that we are now at 50 plus followers on Instagram. We want to thank you guys for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube, we've passed 1,000. Also, thanks for all the love we've been getting on the shorts. Yeah, guys, when there's like really big Dragon Ball updates, we will definitely put that on our TikTok and Instagram as well. That's why it's really important. And also some like really big channel updates might go there as well.
Yeah.
And also community tab on YouTube. We're gonna want to start using that a bit more too, especially for future content. If like we're probably gonna put some polls up eventually, whether people want this first or this first, and we can kind of go from there too. That'd be kind of cool. Discord is the main thing other than YouTube, of course. We really appreciate if you like the stream right now, if you're still in here. We really do appreciate that. And yeah, just join our Discord, guys. You can interact with us 24/7 basically on the Discord.
Yeah. See,
and-
Josh doesn't sleep. He's on G Fuel throughout the day. He doesn't stop. So he's up on the 24 hours. You might not see my face there as much, but this man don't sleep. He needs that. He needs help from Weiss. He needs that
You need some
injection.
milk.
Really appreciate y'all, and we'll see you guys
Thank
on
you.
Monday with a new video, but live on Thursday next week.